just in, only 5 minutes ago, U.S. forces have carried out a major strategic operation that is already generating headlines across the globe. According to early reports coming out of the Department of Defense and various international monitoring agencies, a coordinated deployment involving air and ground units was executed in a high-tension region that has been under close surveillance for weeks. Military analysts believe this could be a significant move related to growing concerns about security threats in the area, and initial footage and satellite imagery show heavy equipment including armored vehicles, helicopters, and advanced surveillance drones being mobilized rapidly. Eyewitnesses on the ground describe a sudden influx of American troops arriving in a well-coordinated maneuver, supported by logistics aircraft and what appears to be high-ranking military personnel overseeing the operation. While the Pentagon has yet to release a formal statement detailing the mission's objectives, sources familiar with the planning suggest that this action may be in direct response to recent intelligence suggesting an imminent threat to U.S. interests or allies in the region. The area, which remains unnamed for operational security reasons, has experienced heightened tensions over the past few months, and there have been several warnings from international watchdogs about possible escalations. Defense experts are speculating that this rapid deployment could be a preemptive measure designed to either deter aggressive movements or secure strategic locations. The presence of Special Forces units, identified through distinctive gear and tactical formation, hints that this could also involve a targeted operation against high-value individuals or insurgent leadership. As the news continues to develop, global leaders are expected to react swiftly, and emergency meetings at the United Nations and NATO headquarters are reportedly already underway. The sudden nature of the operation has caught many by surprise, but insiders have noted that such missions often come after weeks of silent preparation and intelligence gathering. Communications intercepts and reconnaissance reports might have played a crucial role in greenlighting this movement. Meanwhile, international media outlets are scrambling to confirm the details, and while there's still no confirmation of casualties or direct engagements, the sheer scale of the deployment points to something beyond a routine exercise or training drill. Social media is already flooded with unverified videos showing convoys of U.S. military vehicles moving through civilian areas under cover of night, as well as helicopters flying low in tight formation. These visuals are quickly going viral, with speculation growing about the true purpose of the deployment. In Washington, security analysts are urging calm but acknowledge that this level of activity is rare unless there's a credible and immediate threat. There are also reports that allied nations have been briefed in advance, suggesting this is not an isolated American operation but part of a broader coalition effort. Analysts are drawing parallels to previous missions in the Middle East and Eastern Europe where rapid force projection was used to stabilize regions on the brink of chaos. The impact of this move could be far-reaching, affecting diplomatic negotiations, regional alliances, and even energy markets, especially if the operation leads to prolonged engagement or disruption in key zones. At this point, the White House has declined to comment beyond confirming that U.S. forces are actively engaged in a mission deemed critical to national security. President and top advisors have reportedly been monitoring the situation in the Situation Room, and updates are expected to be delivered to Congress within the hour. On the ground, local populations are reacting with a mix of fear and relief, depending on their alignment with American interests, and humanitarian organizations are preparing for potential fallout including displacement or emergency response efforts. Critics of U.S. foreign policy are already raising questions about the legality and long-term implications of this action, while supporters argue that swift, decisive moves are necessary in an increasingly volatile global landscape. Military insiders continue to emphasize the professionalism and precision of the operation, noting that U.S. forces have conducted similar deployments with minimal collateral damage and clear objectives. The coming hours will be crucial as more details emerge and the world watches closely to see whether this mission escalates into broader conflict or achieves its intended goal swiftly. Intelligence analysts are reviewing satellite feeds and intercepted communications for signs of enemy movements or retaliatory action, and so far, there has been no official confirmation of hostilities initiated by the U.S. forces. The mission is being described internally as a contain and secure operation, which suggests a focus on limiting the spread of threats rather than full-scale occupation. As global markets open, traders are already reacting to the news, with defense stocks rising and oil prices showing early signs of volatility. The international community is expected to weigh in shortly, with statements from allied nations likely to shape the narrative and provide more insight into the mission's scope. Stay tuned as we continue to track this developing story and bring you verified updates as they become available.